Blue Label Telecoms was founded in 2001 by the Levy brothers and is a leading distributor of airtime vouchers and other e-tokens. The group has a 60% share of the SA prepaid airtime market and has a market cap of 5 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 12 and a dividend yield of 2.6%. Now, you couldn't hide your enthusiasm earlier. You wanted to talk Blue Label, so let's talk Blue Label.
No, I think, and what's important to note is that the Levy brothers collectively own about 20% of the business. So their interests really are aligned with you as shareholders. Now, the business was listed, I think, late-ish 2008, which wasn't a very good time. Late 2007, which was probably not the best time to list in retrospect. But I think the share price has pretty much gone sideways since then. It's actually trading below where they traded initially. They traded above 9 Rand, and there was a lot of excitement. The biggest problem with this business is margins, and if you want to talk about a telco becoming an out-and-out utility in a market which is a lot more mature, this is probably the one that's closer to that. And I don't think you're getting rewarded properly by way of dividend flow. You want to see more dividends. There are a lot of exciting prospects, but equally there are problems that could happen with their business. Just think about the whole payment solution and how people with their better smartphones could go around Blue Label and buy airtime directly.
So you're actually not as enthusiastic as I thought on this one?
No, I think there are lots of applications that they can leverage off, but at the same time I think there are quite a lot of threats to their business.
Rob, do you believe that there are threats to the Blue Label structure, business as it is?
Yes, there are. I think one of the other ones is that they get annuity of a SIM card that they sell, because they also do actually the SIMs themselves. And what's happening, which you saw with Vodacom as well, is that somebody will buy a SIM card which has got prepaid cash on it, and then that is it. They won't use it again, they'll buy another one. So they get the free prepaid airtime on that, and then it's so cheap that it's actually a loss making. So Vodacom have been making losses on that, so they've been trying to close that business. So what happens is people buy very cheap SIM cards, and that annuity income that you'd normally get, they don't get anymore. So that's one of the risks. And the other risk is obviously you can go into a smartphone and possibly buy somewhere else. You can go on ATMs now and get airtime. So there is a risk to that business. But they've also got prepaid electricity in there as well. And they're also in markets like India. So in India, they haven't really been getting traction yet, but obviously a massive market there. And if they can get that right.
And potential upside, just in terms of that consumer base.
Yes, it would be nice though to see that they're very cash generative and they could give some money back. They haven't made an acquisition for quite some time as well, and they could get some of that back to shareholders.
That always keeps your shareholders happy, doesn't it?
Early stage businesses too in Mexico. So Mexico's got a population of, I think, 111 or 115 million people. So geographically starting to get a nice spread there, but I just worry about margins, and it's a low margin business at the best of times, and they start coming under pressure like we've been talking about. Maybe that's why they're conserving cash.
They just don't have that leverage, that room in terms of any error.
You would like to think in the prepaid electricity market, everyone's going to move to that model. I know my father did, because then he cuts out, I think there's a fee on the Eskom bill every time for delivering a statement. So he dissed that and went for a prepaid model. Maybe we should all do that and then be buying prepaid airtime.
And then be buying Blue Label, hot or not on Blue Label?
No, I'm afraid not. It's the margins that worry me, not the business itself.
Rob, hot or not?
Not hot at the moment.